right, you're listening to WNCW Live Music today from Studio B and all the way from Greenville, South Carolina, Darby Wilcox and The Peep Show, and that song called Tell It Like It Is. That's a great tune. I love that vibe.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, and you're on the ukulele there. How'd you write that song?
I wrote this song originally for a friend that was going through some hard times, that fell in love with her guitar player on the road, and she was like, what do I do about this situation? She was married, and I was like, well, I don't know. What do you want to do about this situation? She was like, well, I don't really connect with my person anymore. I was like, well, it's as simple as that, but not as simple as that, but you just got to tell it like it is,
Right.
So it's one of those songs that kind of came out in one run. Some songs take time to write, but that was one of those ones that just kind of fell out.
Yeah. So you write the lyrics and then the music, or?
I kind of write them a lot together. I just kind of vibe on whatever I'm feeling at the time, and I'll just hit record on my iPhone or whatever, and it'll just kind of record, and whatever comes out, I'll listen back to it and be like, oh, that was cool, or this was weird, or whatever. It usually ends up being a lot more honest sometimes than me just sitting there.
So I read somewhere that sometimes you view your songs as like letters to people.
Yes.
It sounds like that's the case there.
Yeah. Especially on this album, all those songs are all experiences that I had and things that I had to work through. So yeah, they're very much real moments in my life.
That's cool. I never thought of it that way. I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe songwriting that way, but it's like a little light comes on.
Yeah.
Darby Wilcox and The Peep Show are playing live today, and that song leads off the new record. Fairly still new, right?
Yeah, it came out at the end of August of last year.
11/11?
11/11.
Yeah, what's that all about?
So 11/11 is a manifestation number, and when I was looking to record, I had people be like, "Oh, you should record, you should do stuff." I was like, "I want to do this," but I'd kind of been waiting, and I had somebody that started courting me and asking me like, "Hey, I want to record you. I want to record you." And I was like, "I just don't know if this is the time," and I was real protective of it, and I was also nervous about money, but every single time that I was talking about it, I'd see like 11 or 11/11 or something like that pop up when I would be discussing it with him, and I looked it up, and that's what it was. It was like, it's a manifestation number. It's like, thinking about, it's like, what am I doing in my life right now? Am I happy? Am I moving forward? Am I open to change? And if I'm not there, then how do I do that? And it almost kind of gave me like a little bit of a confidence boost to say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
And I guess there are 11 songs.
Yeah, exactly. You like that?
Yeah. Was that by design, or did that just happen?
Yeah, we had originally tracked 13 songs, and we took 2 off just because they weren't quite ready, but it just happened that 11 songs made it perfectly on there, and we should have made the CD $11 too.
There you go. Well, you've been playing music a long time. This is the first full-length solo record you've done.
You're right. Yeah, I put out an EP a few years back, but this is the first full-length, full band album that I've been able to put out.
Were you ready before, and you just didn't or is it like finally it's time to make a record?
I feel like all things happen in their right time, and I haven't tried to rush it or push it super hard. I'm a mom, and I had to get my feet on the ground. I go through life pretty raw, and I guess it just wasn't the right time before. I may not have been in the right mindset, or I was also, I think I get procrastinating about things, and a little overwhelmed sometimes about like financial stuff. So, but it just so happened that it was in the right timing, and my band was ready to do it, and it ended up being a great experience.
I think a lot of times people's first records, maybe they weren't actually ready to make that first record after all, too. I mean, wait till you got it right.
It definitely evolved quite a bit, because Sam was my main solid member in the band, and the rest of my band kind of rotated quite a bit. Like Nathan's been playing with me on and off for quite a while, quite a few years.
The Peep Show. Who is the Peep Show here, at least today, in the room with us?
So the Peep Show is Sam Kruer over here on the bass, and I've got Nathan Gray on guitar, and Troy Jones back here on the drums, and all my boys are from Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, Kentucky. But for a while there, I had a rotating band, rotating drummer and rotating lead player. But Sam was always my constant.
Was this the band that was in the studio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also had quite a few
I was going to say. Yeah.
Other people that are represented on the album. A lot of our friends, because, again, I had a rotating band for a long time, and, I just wanted to represent and say thank you to all the people that helped me get to where I am now.
When you went into the studio with this band, it was kind of new still, right?
It was. The Peep Show was very new. Again, like Sam was a pretty constant member of the band, but Troy had only been with the band for a little while, and he had gone for a little while too, and was playing with another project, and then had come back and started playing with me when we started doing recording. And honestly, I think that the record is kind of what solidified the band the most. Recording together.
Yeah, so now it's out on the road. I don't know if I mentioned yet, but y'all have a show tonight in Charlotte at the Free Range Brewing there in Charlotte.
Yeah, we're playing with Alonzo Wesley tonight. We're very excited to hang out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time does all that get going?
It starts at 9 o'clock. Doors open at 8. We play at 9. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we are speaking with Darby Wilcox and the Peep Show, and they're playing songs from 1111, this new CD. So, all right, live music on WNCW today. Darby Wilcox and the Peep Show. That one called "It's Not You." A lot of like a country vibe there, kind of a jazzy thing. There's some bluesy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of all over the place. Is that what you listen to? Is that?
Yeah, I do like a lot of Americana and country inspired music for sure. I love my boyfriend Hank Williams. You know, I tell people you can look at him, but not for long, just for a minute. Yeah, but I'm a fan of that for sure.
Yeah. The record again is called 1111. The show is tonight at Free Range Brewing in Charlotte. You all your life lived in the upstate pretty much, is that right?
Yeah.
What's that coming up as a songwriter? What's that been like coming up playing music, and what's the scene like these days?
Well, Greenville's changed a lot over the past I've been in Greenville for it's just about 14 years or so. But it's changed a lot since I've been there. I remember when I first started playing in Greenville, the main spot to play for if you were a singer-songwriter was at Coffee Underground. There's a thing called the acoustic scene, and we used to go play music down there. And that's when I really started writing a lot and met a lot of the musicians that are still on the scene today, like Jacob Johnson and J. Michael King and Neil Brooks. And I could go on forever about the people that I've met there that are still playing around now. But since then, I feel like people have been very supportive of each other and kind of helped the scene grow just by being supportive of each other. People like John Durham, who have put together really cool collaborative projects like the Build-A-Band, which kind of puts a lot of our local scene divided into hats and drawn out to create 6 supergroups. Like you'll have bass, guitar,
that's cool,
and drums, and so on and so forth. Just picked out. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to meet other people that are in the scene that you may not have seen, or friends that you have but you never get to hang out with because you're always playing, or whatever else. Gives you the opportunity to play with people that you never thought you'd be able to, because like as a folk Americana type musician here, why would someone who plays funk music want to collaborate with me? But it opens that door, and then of course you get to know each other and kind of help each other. We show up at their shows and vice versa, and when you do those shows, your fans see you and then see them, and they're like, oh wow, they are cool. I will go to their show again. It's so it's a very symbiotic and a very supportive environment in Greenville, I would say. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
We have a cool scene.
What would make it better? What's it need? What's still out there to?
I think a lot of people like to say that, we need more venues and things like that. But my whole argument is I feel like we should fill up the ones that we have now. And when we start doing that at max capacity, then maybe we should look into having bigger spots. But, we did have the Firmament just open not too long ago, and that's a larger capacity venue. So we've seen some really great shows come through there. We played with Larry Keel last weekend, and that venue was really a pleasure to play there with him. And so we have those venues that we don't have the Handlebar anymore, but I think that the spirit is growing again, though, for the love of just being there for live music. So I think that the major thing that we need is everybody realizing how important they are to show up at a show, and that everybody in that room matters, and it doesn't happen and it can't grow and it can't flourish without them showing up.
It's funny how like a scene or whatever you want to call it, the music in the community, it's like a snowball going downhill. All of a sudden it's getting bigger. It has its own momentum. So
and Greenville is growing all the time. I mean, it is a wild city now, and things are popping up all the time. But I think that through that, it is our responsibility as the people that are here now to kind of continue to show the people that are coming up into the scene now how to treat each other, how we want to be. We want to see each other succeed, and it's not a dog eat dog kind of environment.
What about this band and your music? Is it going out on the road, or are you trying to reach out into a
Yeah,
expanded area?
we definitely are. We're trying to do a little bit of touring this year. It may not be until the fall that we actually get a good run put together. But we're kind of just doing a little bit of playing and conquering in our neighboring cities right now, getting out and playing in Charlotte and playing in Atlanta and Charleston and Columbia, and just getting out a little bit here. But hoping to do a little bit of a run in June, and hopefully one in the fall.
Yeah, cool. What about plans for another record or more songs? Is that in the mix too?
Yes, I would love to do that. We're hoping to do at least record a couple of singles and then maybe put out like a little EP or something like that. This record took 2 years, 2 years for us to get it out. I'm very proud that it's finally out, but I think, again, all things happen in its right time, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out.
Yeah, well, it sounds great. I should mention we do our top 100 countdown here at WCW every year, and you guys are way up high, number 23 in our countdown for 11/11. So
Yeah.
congratulations, reaching
Thank
someone out there. All right, Darby Wilcox and the Peep Show playing live today here on WCW. A Song for You, the name of the tune we just heard, and another one off of the record 11/11. The show is tonight at Free Range Brewing in Charlotte. Tell me about the cover of the record. You want to describe it to people?
Oh yeah, so we're real excited about the cover of this record. Friend Kelly Wills is the person who designed it. We kind of collaborated a little together with ideas, but on the cover, it's there's a series of animals in little bubbles in there. So the center is a unicorn. With some tattoos on the arm and a nice sweet bandana, and they're all our spirit animals. So that unicorn, that's me. Nathan is a stag, is a very handsome, strong stag, and then you got Troy, who's a penguin.
I was wondering who the penguin was.
That's Troy. He says I'm a moon child, so that's why there's a moon in there, because he's the moon. And then Sam is over there. He's our rabbit, so he's also our bus driver, and that's why he's got the time clock. He's like, do you know what time it is? Especially for me. I think they lie to me most of the time about what time we have to be places so that I'll be on time.
So wait, you pick the animals?
No, it's everybody's spirit animals, so they pick their own animals.
It's a neat little montage.
Yeah. And of course, the dog that's
There's a
on there.
dog,
That's
yeah.
Lucy. That's my dog. She's her own thing. She's her own spirit animal.
Yeah.
So
We should all be so lucky, right?
I know.
Be what you are or something. In
Yeah.
your spirit animal world. Yeah, it's a fun cover. Cool. Big show tonight. Anything? What else on the horizon? Other shows in the area coming up?
Oh, I should have had tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow. I was gonna say I should have my list in front of me. Well, tomorrow I'm playing with the boys in Columbia at the Loco Craft Beer Jam. Alonzo Wesley will also be there, and I actually think Your Mama's Big Fat Booty Band is part of that as well. I feel like they may be there too. If not, then hey guys, we love you. But anyway, yeah, so we're doing that. And then Sunday we'll be at Quest Brewing Company. It'll be a solo show with me and Becca Smith out of Charleston and Marshall Brown, who's from Columbia.
All right. If people want to learn more about the band, they should go where?
You can go to darbywilcox.com. You can go to Darby Wilcox on Instagram or Facebook. You can also stream this music on Spotify and iTunes as well.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for coming in. It sounds great.
Oh, man, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, congratulations again on the record, too. So.
Yeah, well, it's such a pleasure to be here.